In the midst of the pandemic, many are starting their own food and beverages businesses, selling through online means. E-commerce platforms even said that within the third quarter, F&B was the most popular category. And we will talk more with Andini Kusumawardhani, the founder of Wafwaf, an F&B company that focuses on premium waffles, who started her business in the middle of the pandemic. Hello, Andini. How are you?
Hi, Sara. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good as well, Andini. And now, Andini, let's just jump right into it. We would like to know because when we talk about the pandemic, it's a very challenging time, especially for those who have businesses, with many businesses closed and even shutting down due to the pandemic. But you're special because you start your business actually in the middle of the pandemic. Can you please tell us why? What was behind the decision?
First, I never thought I could start a home business because the pandemic started hit on April, right, last year. And the kids were started their school from home. So I had to think every day making healthy homemade snacks for them, right? And we always have these rituals at night where I always make the waffles and chocolate chip cookies after they finish doing their homework as a treat. So whenever I bake, I always have a lot of to spare. So I send it out to all my friends who have kids, and turn out their kids loving it. So they recommended Dini, why don't you sell through online? Your waffles are good, and the kids are loving it. And then I was like, the good idea. Maybe I should start small first, and then in the Instagram first, then selling it through WhatsApp and Instagram. Why not?
But before you start selling waffles, did you have any business? Did you have any other businesses as well that you were running? Did you have any other jobs that you were working from, let's say, from home?
Yeah, no, actually, I resigned in December 2009 from my corporate world for almost 13 years. I was in a corporate world in 30 years, almost 13 years in a Marcom. So I kind of know how to market a product, some sort of things. Okay. Yeah.
But any experiences in selling your own products?
Not at all. I've never sold any products before. It was just just do it, and I do it myself. It's a DIY thing, right? And you just go with the flow and trial and error. I made all the recipes, and I bake the waffles by myself. And I started small. I bought this waffle machine, a really small waffle machine. It's very cheap. It's 300,000 rupiah. And I started making from it, and it turned out the customers like it. It's just starting small and just do it.
Starting small and just doing it. But can you but can you also tell us what it was like? Because probably many people out there are working from home, or probably they have resigned from their jobs and want to start their own business, especially in the pandemic times like what we are facing today. Can you please tell us what it was like at the first step when you were just doing it and starting small? What were the challenges?
I think the challenges is being self-motivated. I think that's hard, right? When you've been doing the corporate world, people telling you what to do, and then now it's you're doing by yourself, and everything has to be do it yourself, right? From designing my own logo through Canva apps, thanks to Canva apps, and then taking pictures by my own, and getting my kids to model the waffles and stuff. I mean, I do it all by myself, and registering to Tokopedia, and start taking orders from the customers. I mean, I learned by doing it.
And can you please tell us how the pandemic, the situation, is actually helping your business thrive, especially online means and online businesses during the pandemic actually thrives in this time?
Okay, definitely. Again, it's the right momentum. It was I started off on May 2020. It was in a Ramadan month, right? Where people fasting. And usually it was the start of the pandemic, right? People, they're afraid to go out and having a fast breaking together, it's there because there's a social distancing, right? So instead of their meeting for a breakfasting, so they send each other hampers, right? And foods. to friends, colleagues, and family. So I think that's the right timing. I was just lucky. It was just the right timing. And the Instagram was also like very nicer back then because it's still like the algorithm is still organic. So whenever I put like hashtag hampers lebaran or kayak hampers berbuka or stuff like that, it's just like the orders are coming in, the without having to like making like Instagram or Facebook ads. As simple as that. Yeah.
And then after selling them online, your business grew. And then you even
Yes.
have an outlet in Jakarta, especially in the
Yeah.
Kebayoran Baru. Can you please tell us how did the growth process was like, especially in the pandemic?
Okay. The growth process was like actually when we started off, we already have like a customer base, right? And first it was on Instagram, WhatsApp, and then I registered to Tokopedia, and Tokopedia has like all of this data insights about all the target customers, like all the loyal and returning back customers. So I know where and what my customers are, like the demographics and stuff, right? So I built like a research based on it, and then luckily I got selected as an Indigita Rasa accelerator program. It's like a platform from Gojek where they chose like several different like potential small business F&B owners, so where they can like mentor all the tenants and give them like sharing about anything like the legal process and the marketing strategy and stuff. So I was very lucky, like to get into that accelerator program. And one of the mentors like told me like, yeah, Dini, why don't you just start like, why don't you open like a physical store where people can really experience the freshly baked waffles that you made? Because if you send it through delivery, it's gonna take a while, right? 15 until 30 minutes to get to the customers, and when the customers got it, it's already soggy. It's not crispy and soft inside anymore. And most of them, like not most of them, some of them, they don't have the tools like oven or air fryer to reheat it for the best serving of waffles, because my waffles are like best served like they need to be reheated in the oven for like certain times, or air fryer, so they can eat it like warm and crispy. Like, so if I had like the store, like they could experience that freshly baked waffles.
And speaking of offline stores, Andini, now the lockdowns and also the strict implementation of the mobility and activity restrictions are being relaxed. Malls are now reopening, and you have mentioned that the waffles that you have created, these premium waffles, was made at a certain momentum that you said you were lucky, especially when it was people were staying at home, they sent out, but now people can go to malls, they can dine in again. These are starting to become normal. How has this affected your business, and has it affected it anyways?
Yeah, it's I think it affected most of the business, especially the delivery business, right? People have spent their disposable income in like eating out in malls and trendy places, and they're not cheap, right? So they don't have much less to spare for like another delivery food. So I need to figure out how to transform my physical booth, to be more Instagrammable and cozier for people to just like sit down and sit and eat my waffles. And I need to collab with more other brands that are like really benefit each other, like gelato or coffee, or I need to have like a streamline revenue, another streamline of revenue, maybe like putting my frozen dough to the coffee shops, or like getting franchises and other things.
Andini Kusumawardhani, the founder of Wafwaf, and we'll be continuing our discussion about an online-oriented F&B business such as the one she is running right now. Andini, We would like to also know about how the government has assisted, especially because they have been rolling out various programs and aid to help small and medium-sized business, which your business started out, as you said before, it was very small and it was a home business. Can you please tell us how has this helped you out? Have you ever received any loans, any assistance from the governance?
Uh, no, I haven't. It's all from my pockets because I started small first, right? So it doesn't need like a lot of capital, right? Just by like an affordable waffle machines, and I plan the budget and the food cost and the margin, everything. So yeah, I started from my own without the help from the government.
Do you think, are looking back on your experience,
Mm.
do you wish that the government can help you in some ways, whether it's assistance in marketing or probably helping to develop your business? And what kind of help do you think is much needed, especially those who are starting out a home business like yourself?
Well, that's a really good question. I think it'd be great if there are platforms initiated by the government for accelerator programs, or like a mentoring programs for the that has an F&B experts as a sharing knowledge and creating community hub or community for new F&B small business owners. I think it would be like much easier too if there is like leaner process in registering trademarks, copyrights, PIRT or BEPOM. I think it would be much easier for us as the small business owners to thrive. Is it new? Is it unique? It has to be unique, right? Because the F&B is so cluttered this day, like the F&B concepts, like people are making like, rice bowls and stuff. Do you have like a other unique competitive advantage that, other brands don't have? Like for instance, Wafwaf, it's like a premium waffles. Like I haven't seen any like other premium waffles around. Like maybe there are croffles, but not a premium waffle. So that's why I feel like Wafwaf, it's like more into like a captive market. It's a niche, but it's a captive market. And it has a competitive advantage over it. And there's always a loyal customers coming back because of, the quality of it. You just need to find your uniqueness.
So just do it and find your uniqueness and start your business.
And do it yourself. Everything has to do it yourself. I mean, like I did all the designs and taking orders and, taking photos, everything. But if you can't do it by yourself, then you got to pay somebody else to do it. But don't force yourself to do anything that, everything. If you can't do it, you just, it's very accessible right now to have like, like a marketing agency who can help you out through your marketing, through your social media management. They're all like out there. It's accessible, right? Mostly are like freelancers. You can just pay the freelancers if you can't manage your own social media. Now I'm like using the freelancers.
But if I have to probably rephrase, remember, guys, remember for everyone out there who are starting your own business, remember what we have just mentioned, that you have to just do it. And then
just do it.
Just do it and take calculated risk and work from the heart. Thank you so much.
Work from the heart.
Thank you so much, Andini Kusumawardhani.
Thank you so much, Sara.
Thank you very much for joining us on Jakarta.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.